Welcome to today's video. In this video, we're going to be touring two different homes and we're going to be comparing what you can buy from a new build perspective at the same price point and a resale home at the same price. Two homes, same price. We're going to tour and walk through, compare features. From my perspective of 15 plus years being a real estate appraiser and a realtor here in Tucson, I'm going to share with you my insights if I was comparing the two as a buyer in today's market, what to look for, what I would consider, what I like about it, what I don't like about it. And when you watch this video all the way through from start to finish, I'm also going to share with you one thing that you can do, whether you're buying resale or new builds, that will save you tens of thousands of dollars. You will not want to miss that. Let's jump in. All right, so first up, we're gonna be touring the new build. Now, I am out in Northwest Tucson, and one of the most popular neighborhoods, I'm near Continental Ranch. If you're familiar with Tucson, Northwest Tucson, you know where I'm at. If you're not, Continental Ranch has been around for 30 plus years. It really, it's a large master plan community, has quite a diverse range of different homes. And there's been several different builders over the last couple decades. This builder in particular is Meritage Homes. We're gonna be touring this house behind me, which is their Opal floor plan that they're offering. It's 1,787 square feet. It's a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, and this floor plan out the door finished. If you're familiar with new construction, that's important. It's base price plus options plus lot premium, that equals your total price. So the prices that I'm gonna be talking about today are from a completed standpoint. They include all of that stuff. Out the door for $417,000 and some change. I'll leave the links in the descriptions to both properties so that you can stay up to date on what if they're still currently on the market, what they ended up selling for. Both of these are active on the market. So I'm walking through as if I'm a buyer in today's market with my 15 years of real estate experience and over 2,000 people that I've helped either buy or sell a home. I'm gonna give it to you exactly the way that it is. And this house, as you can see, 2-car garage, very standard kind of exterior, stucco finish. It's got pop-outs around the windows and doors. What else can I tell you about this house? Dual pane windows. It's got a tile roof, and this house is brand new. Now, this house, much like most new builds, will come with a 10-year structural warranty. It will also come with a warranty on the roof. It'll come with a warranty on the foundation. It's gonna come with a warranty on the appliances from the manufacturer. This thing is loaded with warranties, which I think in the equation of new build versus resale, that's a big part of it for people. I think most people, including myself, if I'm considering the two and I'm a buyer for this house or a resale home around the corner we're gonna go look at, I like warranties. I like guarantees. I like the ability to know that if something went wrong, especially something significant, like a foundation issue or a roofing issue, or my HVAC craps out on me, I've got something to cover it so that I'm not just swallowing a $10,000, $20,000 bill. That is one of the big attractions to new builds. And so this house, much like any new build, is gonna have those standard warranties in place. Now, both of these homes, this house and the house we're gonna go look at, are located really close to each other. I mean, a stone's throw. So as far as market area, they're pretty much apples to apples, as apples to apples as I could get. Price point, we're talking plus or minus a couple $1,000s. And quality, pretty similar quality, but I'm gonna point out some differences as we walk through this. We're gonna tour this house first. Let's go take a peek. So exterior wise, new build, you're gonna get this front landscaping. Every builder that we work with landscapes the front. Now, that is different from the back because you're not going to get landscaping in the rear standard. You can buy it, but the tip that I'll share with you, the cost of landscaping the rear with the builder is usually 2-3 times the price as it would be if you were to do it aftermarket with, say, some of the landscapers that I work personally with. Here's a look at the entry. Got this nice front porch. And another one of the features that you're gonna see a big difference with new build versus resale is the amount of tech that is in it. You've got new video doorbells, you've got touchpad door locks, you've got smart home integration on the interior, HVAC components are modernized. This particular house has a 2-speed system, which is going to be super energy efficient and help your energy bills be really, really low, probably saving you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every year. So without any further ado, let's take a look inside. So as you can see, walking in off the front door, you've got an 8-foot door that we just came through behind me there. This house has 9-foot ceilings throughout. Of course, because it's a model home, it's staged really, really nice, which helps for sure, no doubt. Even for me, putting myself in the shoes of a buyer, if a house is staged and it looks really nice and you can kind of see the way furniture looks in it, it helps. It helps with the buying decision. So that can play a factor in terms of the new builds versus resale. Don't mind this door off of the entryway here because that actually would just be a finished wall. This is an active sales office, that bedroom, so that's one of the 4 bedrooms. I'll tour that with you as part of this walkthrough. But as you can see, and as you would imagine, everything is brand new. You're gonna be the very first person to live in this house. Very first person to create memories in this house. Very first person to accidentally damage your drywall when you're moving a couch in. No, I'm just kidding, but actually that is a real thing. Sneak peek into the future, but that can happen whether you buy a resale home or a new build. The cool thing is with a new build, if you accidentally ding up some of the walls, most of the builders, including Meritage, have incredible superintendents, which are pretty much the builder representative that handles the construction process. And many of them, they know that those dings happen during move out, and they give you kind of a 30 days of like, hey, if there's a couple dings, drywall things that happen, you want us to come patch up, most of those superintendents will be cool with coming in and patching that up. So just trying to give you any insight that I can into this new build versus resale equation. This house has a fairly large pantry, pretty standard shelves, really nothing super special there, but adequate, lots of space in there. Very modern feeling, so if you like the light, bright interiors, many of the new builders are on the cutting edge of design. What's in, what people like. If you're like me, I prefer an interior like this. You got the black lighting fixtures, accent nicely with this wood look plank tile, the white quartz countertops with white cabinets, stainless steel appliances. I mean, this house just feels new and fresh and light, bright. So I think for many buyers, that is a big part of the consideration. That's not to say that resale homes can't have a similar finish, but again, resale, a lot of times they're already painted the way somebody else liked it. So, you know, you're probably gonna have less of a selection, or you're gonna have most of the house what you like, but then there's gonna be that one bedroom that they painted lime green because it's what their daughter wanted. I think that might be what's in store for me with my daughters. But as I walk you into the primary bedroom, good sized master. The house we're gonna see, the resale house that we're gonna see, again, it should be as similar as I could possibly get it. So we should see a similar sized master bedroom. Carpet here, which is very standard. Just huge. I mean, the vanities or the nightstands are just massive. Like those are, I don't know what you do with the other half of that. There's no, you're getting out of bed to reach whatever's over there, for sure. If you accidentally forget your water bottle over there, you are getting out of bed. That's all I'm saying for that. Big bedroom. You got a little reading nook, hangout area, put your shoes on, or maybe it's kind of a stepping stone, get out of bed, recover from getting out of bed there, then hit the door, start your day. Maybe it's a two-step process. Some days that's how it is for me, for sure. You got a dual vanity, something that's cool that they do here at this community. They actually give you executive height vanities, so that'll give you a little bit of a higher, you're not having to lean over. If you're a tall person like I am, it gives you some extra height, so it's just a little bit more convenient. Look at the shower, pretty standard shower. I mean, again, this is a good look at basics. Nice, but basics. Plastic inserts, no upgrade here. Glass bypass door. You've got to look at the commode in there. Now, big closets, I think floor plans can be something that is considered with the new build versus resale equation. I'm seeing more emphasis on a bigger closet in the primary. They nailed it on this one. You know, for a size house this big, to have a big closet. It's very nice. Don't mind this. This is very standard. Actually, the house that we're going to look at next is probably going to have something like this because it's within 10 years. But this is called a smart panel. This is where all your internet, phone, cable, you put your router, you know, security systems, anything else that runs off Wi-Fi, cable, anything like that would go in there. So don't worry, that is standard. For some reason that's open, but so there's a glimpse at the primary. It's very open. It's got great natural light if you like that. No door here, and I don't think a door is standard. So this actually would most likely be open like that, but easy to add a door. You could do a barn door there. I've had several clients who have bought similar floor plans, put a barn door there, which looks really cool. 8-foot opening, so it draws your eye up. Let's go to the other wing of the house and take a look at that. As I'm walking through this, talking about floor plans and the design of floor plans, for a new build, floor plans that have common areas like the kitchen, dining room, living room, oriented in a way where it's very open like this, that is something that is more indicative of a new build. You know, homes 8, 10, 20 years old, they're not going to have such an emphasis on open floor plans. And this really is the modern way people use their homes. If that's not you, that's cool. You're probably the anomaly. You're probably part of the percentage of people who are still using your dining room quite a bit, whereas majority of people are having dinner here or even in the living room. But the cool thing is that with a really open floor plan like this, you can still use a dining room. It's functional. I think what's not functional is where they separate the dining room, where it's in a different room, or it isn't as connected to the living room or the kitchen. So with this, doesn't matter where you're sitting here, you're part of the same room. So again, a difference that you're going to see when you compare new build versus resale. Here's a look at the bedroom. Now, one thing that I will say, this is my honest take here. You want me to be honest, so I am going to be honest. New builds tend to, because we've seen, at least from my perspective, since COVID, we've seen much more of an emphasis on a 4-bedroom floor plan versus a 3-bedroom. And so what I have observed is I think builders are doing their best to accommodate that 4th bedroom, and they're coming up with creative ways to include that 4th bedroom. And sometimes the bedroom sizes for a new build are small. Now, these bedroom sizes are pretty good size. I wouldn't consider these small. This is, I think, a full, maybe a queen. I think it's a full. But as you can see, you got plenty of space for nightstands on both sides. There's even space, it's not even like wall to wall, like it barely fits in there. You got plenty of space over here. I have plenty of walking space. I'm not crowded at all. Mind you, there's not a dresser in here, but you could fit a dresser and I think you'd have plenty of room. Standard closet here. Bypass doors. Here is a very big difference with new build versus resale. Now, not all builders are going to do this. This is called spray foam insulation. This is really what Meritage Homes has hung their hat on. All homes are going to be insulated. However, the spray foam insulation, from my own personal experience, having used it in a house that we built a couple years ago, it's like 3 to 4 times more expensive. And I would happily pay that again because it makes a huge, huge difference. Doesn't matter what builder you go with, you're gonna have insulation. It's gonna meet today's standards in terms of insulating and energy efficiency, but spray foam is definitely well above what the standard is. So this is just specific to this house or this builder. With this house at this price range, you would get this spray foam insulation that is not only in the ceiling, but all of the exterior walls. It really seals this house up like a Yeti cooler. Bug penetration, noise, heat and cool exchange. So that's gonna be a huge difference on your monthly utility bills. Your affordability is gonna be a lot higher. Even at the same price point, you're gonna spend a lot less every month for energy efficiency. So if monthly payment is something that you're really conscious about, that's a big deal, very big deal. Could be a couple $100 a month, a couple $1,000 a year that you're saving. I know I was talking, but we just toured that guest bathroom. Here's a look at the 3rd bedroom. Similar bypass closet doors there. I guess since I was yapping, I'll give you one more glimpse at the bathroom. Executive height vanities, which is a nice touch. Again, standard plastic insert, shower tub combo. You know, nothing super exciting, but again, we're comparing apples to apples based on the price point. And standard shelves in the back, but a pretty good size bathroom. I don't feel cramped. The laundry is in a closet. Now, mind you, at the price point that we're talking about, around $418,000, we can find homes that don't have a laundry closet. I actually showed this floor plan to a buyer and loved everything about this floor plan, but this was the thing that wasn't gonna work for her. And that's fine. For some people, this laundry closet works perfectly fine. I lived for many years in a house with a laundry closet and it works just fine for us. Here's a look at what would be the 4th bedroom. So because it's a sales office right now, you can say hi to Crystal. If you were to buy a new build home, she would be potentially one of the people that you'd work with. So we got, is this a standard closet? This is what it would look like? Okay.
Yeah.
So not the bypass door that we've been looking at. And it doesn't come with the printer or any of that stuff, right? Okay. So, and then this would be closed off. So your access would be here. 2-car garage. And Meritage does finish their garage interior, which is nice. So it'll come drywalled, textured, painted. It'll look really nice. So overall, you know, a new build is very easy to see, at least in my opinion. It's very easy to see why it's part of the consideration. So at the same price, let's go find out what we can get in the resale world and let's compare. Let's see if we feel like we get more features, if we feel like we get more bang for the buck. It's a short trip. We're gonna hop in the truck now and head over to the next one. So here we are in front of the resale home that we're going to be taking a look at. Now, this is just something that I meant to mention with the new build versus this one is the location. The location of these two are very, very comparable. They're in a very similar area. They're within 5-minute drive. It was just a quick drive over to this community. This is a competing community. One of the differences between the two is going to be that this has a mix of single-story and two-story homes. Again, from a value perspective, comparing this house to the other new build, you've got potentially some two-story homes that might be next to you. If you enjoy single-story homes, you may have a little bit of a better view, but still arguably as close to apples to apples as you can get. Proximity to conveniences, stores, the freeway, I-10, which is the main corridor, interstate that comes through this area, you're within just a couple minutes. So I think for most people, this would be an adequate substitute. If they were considering that new build that we were looking at, they would also very likely consider this. Now, this house was built in 2018. This is a house that's in really, really good shape, and I'm going to show you what the interior looks like. But as you can see from the outside, very similar. Stucco finish, dual pane windows. It even has gutters that have been added onto it. Most new builds aren't going to include that. That's going to be something that's after you purchase it. Tile roof, which is going to be similar to what we saw with the last house. I'm already noticing that there's a little bit of a difference with the front door. This is a standard 6'8" front door. The new build was an 8-foot front door. And this house is 6-7 years old. It definitely is very well kept. So we'll be able to take a look and compare and contrast this as a home option. Now, another feature that's a little bit different about the community that this house is in versus the other one, this one does have neighbors behind it. The other community primarily, actually 90% of those homes do not have anybody behind them. Now again, I'm just picking Northwest Tucson, Continental Ranch area, and 2 homes in that area to compare to. But if you're considering the new build, this would very likely be what I would show you as your real estate agent. We would look at the new builds, and then we would look at an adequate substitute like this property here. So looking on the exterior, the builder for this home is D.R. Horton, another prominent builder here in Tucson, one of the biggest builders nationally. I would say overall, do your research again, quality, compare apples to apples, however you see fit. But D.R. Horton builds quite a few homes here. People enjoy them. They have good experiences with D.R. Horton. And now let's take a look at the interior. Again, last thing I'll note on the exterior, it's all landscaped. We've got mature landscaping here, which is nice. A lot of shade put off by this native mesquite tree. And although landscaping with a new build is in the front, if you like that mature landscaping, it's going to take a couple years for your landscaping to look like this. You got big, I think that's rosemary. Let's take a look. Take a smell. Yep. Some mature rosemary bushes. You got this big mature mesquite tree here. And then you've got this entryway. Let's take a look at this entryway and we'll head inside. So as you come in, you've got this long entryway. And from what I can tell, if I'm doing an official measurement, the tip of my finger is 8 feet. I mean, you can't really tell, but that is a 9-foot ceiling. So that is similar height to the house that we were just in. Again, difference in the door, 8-foot standard door with the house that we just looked at. You walk in, I'll show you the bedrooms in a little bit. But overall, for a resale house, this is in great shape. You got 9-foot ceilings as you enter, and then it jumps up quite a bit. Jumps to either 9-foot ceilings in the entry, and then it jumps to 10-foot ceilings. And you've got 10-foot ceilings throughout this main living area. It does kind of vault down. So you've got 9 foot at that lowest point, and it jumps up to this 10 foot, might even be 11 foot. But you do have taller ceilings here. This house is a little bit bigger as well. So breakdown of this house, 2018 build, 4 bedroom, 2 bathroom. It is 1,959 square feet. So it's about 175 square feet larger. And I'm gonna show you where that extra square footage is, because again, at the same price, this is priced at $410,000. The house we just looked at, the new build, that was priced at right around $418,000. Now, mind you, that's today's prices. Those prices can change, they can go up and down. I'm just take this for what it is. This relationship between new build pricing versus resale pricing has stayed pretty consistent over time. There might be some fluctuations depending on what's going on, different incentives, what the economy is doing, interest rates, there are some variables. But generally speaking, the relationship between what this house has to offer at its price and a new build, what it has to offer in Tucson at that price, generally that relationship is gonna be pretty similar. So I will share with you some details of the house, but I don't wanna convolute it with the data that's gonna change over time anyway. As we take a look at the kitchen, cabinets look like they're in pretty good shape. I think it's what you would expect from a 6-year-old house. It has some, it has some dings, nothing major. Doesn't have any cabinet pulls, so no handles, but similar setup. This happens to be electric versus gas. For some people that's a big deal, some people not. Little ding, I'm not sure if you can see that coming through there. Little ding, but you've got these dark espresso cabinets. Appliances are probably similar age to the house, 6 years old, so not up to date with the current tech. Granite countertops, and I would say that this combo of espresso with this kind of speckled granite is still, we still see it in new builds today, but far and wide. This style and this colored flooring, this very tan interior, I would say most new builds are going light, bright, white paints, black finishes, stainless steel appliances, white cabinets, white quartz countertops. So again, just differences, and that's totally up to preference. Let me know what you prefer. Do you prefer the light and bright? Are you more of a modern type of person, like the new build, or is this more of your style? This kind of dark espresso style cabinets, this kind of darker speckled granite. I think in every house it's a little bit different, but I'm just pointing out some differences. Again, you know, some of this stuff it's just cleaning, but some of it is damage a little bit, which is to be expected. Look at the pantry in here. You do have a dining area right off of the kitchen, which is nice. So oriented a little bit differently than the new build. Still a very modern floor plan. And you can see immediately that some of that extra space that this house has is in this living room, because this living room is pretty big. And with the 10-foot ceilings that you get in this resale home, okay, it's starting to feel that it's adding something. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking, okay, $8,000 difference. Again, that's without some negotiation. And stay tuned, because I'm going to share with you an important way to save tens of thousands of dollars. Just recently, we helped a client do this. So I'll share that with you. You're not going to want to miss that. So let's jump into the primary real quick. All right, so let's take a look at the primary. Come in here, it's off the living room. Pretty good sized primary. Carpet, right? Carpet looks like it's in pretty good shape. You got these big vaulted ceilings. Looks like it's 10 foot up there, and then it comes back down to about 9 foot here. Easily could fit king size bed, nightstand, dresser, even have your little reading nook like you have over here. Now, I know this house isn't furnished, and just because it isn't furnished, try not to let that sway too much of what the value that you're getting when we're comparing these two, because like I mentioned, a nicely furnished house will look, it's just gonna look and feel different. This house would look very, very different and much improved with the right furnishings in the right places. So give this house a couple notches, just because it's a couple notches up, just because it's not furnished like the model home we just saw with the new build. Carpet looks like it's in pretty good shape. Clearly, it has been a little worn. You can see it in some of the areas that are most commonly used. The other thing that I will mention, and I'm just shooting straight with you, because it's a resale home, this house has a little bit of an odor. Is it obnoxious? No. Is it overwhelming? Is it over the top? No. But you can just tell, you know, it could be a little bit of the carpet, and really it's every home. I mean, with the exception of a very select few homeowners that I've helped, their house, I don't know what they do. They don't exude any dirt, I guess. I know for sure for most people, much like me and my family, when we live in a house, you know, it's not gonna smell new and fresh. I'm just being real with you. This house by no means has a bad odor to it, but you can smell the difference. The carpet, the building utilities, building materials, there's dust in here. So because of that, again, something to mention for some people, it's a big deal. For others, it's not. You gotta look at the double vanity. This is standard height, so this is not executive height. You're gonna be bending over a little bit more. Again, is it a big deal? Is it a huge deal? You tell me. Look at this, aha. Very, very similar to what we saw with the new build. Plastic insert, sliding glass door. You know, I don't know what that is, but it's probably, maybe just because the house has been vacant, maybe you got a little bugs coming in, but to be expected. I'm giving this resale home the justice it is due, because as much as buyers choose resale, or as much as buyers choose new builds, I work with a lot of buyers who choose resales as well. Take a look at the closet, big linen closet right off of the primary bathroom. So look at your throne room and the more closet space. See, so now you're starting to see where that extra 175 square feet or so is going. Closet, a little bit bigger master, or a little bit bigger primary bedroom, primary bathroom. I will say this closet is pretty darn good size. The closet in the new build was huge. I would say, even though this is a little bit more square and the new build one was a little bit more rectangular, the new build's closet was probably a little bigger, a little bit more shelving space, a little bit more hanging space, but this bathroom is a little bit bigger. Ceilings are taller. Paint, again, really a styling thing. I think most buyers would prefer a whiter paint. This is less neutral. This paint color is less neutral. And I see this a lot in resale homes. You know, whether this is a tan or a taupe, or the more I look at it, it almost looks like there's a little pink in it. Could be my eyes. But you know, it's nice. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's just a styling thing. A lot of resale homes I see like that. Ceiling fans already in. Got that kind of dark wood that matches the wood in the cabinets in the kitchen. Similar large fan in the living room. Fixtures, kind of generic, you know, just a stainless steel. Nothing too fancy there. Same, right? Plumbing fixture, nothing too fancy there. Laundry room, so if you remember the new builds, we got a laundry closet, which is odd, honestly, for that floor plan. A little strange. 1,800 square foot house with a laundry closet. I'll give you that. That new build, that is a knock on that new build for sure. you should have a dedicated room like this does. So you've got washer dryer, you've got standard shelf, very similar to the shelves we saw in the new build, just builder grade shelves. Got a little spot here. I'm not sure whether you could fit, not sure if you could fit a fridge, a standard size fridge, definitely some sort of a smaller fridge you could fit there. So it's nice. You have a dedicated laundry room here. We'll check out this wing of the house. We got another closet right off of the garage. Here is the garage. Let's go see. Is it finished? Yeah, it's finished. Cool. Finished garage. So looks, you know, Wi-Fi LiftMaster garage door. Very modern. Check this out. Very similar to a new build. You're getting a water heater or tankless water heater. This one actually also comes with a water softener. We have very, very hard mineral in water here in Tucson. So for maintenance and longevity of your house and your plumbing system, it's highly recommended that you get one of those. You don't have to have them, but cleaning, the pipes will, your plumbing will definitely love you for adding that on. You're gonna have less plumbing issues down the line because there's less minerals that are building up inside of your plumbing. Eventually, it'll just cut off the supply entirely. Look at the bedroom. Bedroom sizes are about the same size. This bedroom size is very similar size to the larger of the guest bedrooms in the new build. Got your access to the attic. Now, very important to note, there is not spray foam up in there. I can guarantee you, because I'm very familiar with D.R. Horton, that is not something that they do. They do blown-in cellulose insulation, which is adequate. It meets the standards by today's standards. However, it's not gonna it's not gonna compare to a spray foam house. Especially in terms of insulating, sound, and bug intrusion. Here's a look at another bedroom. I would say that this bedroom is a bit larger than the bedrooms at the other house. And that would be, you would assume so. We got a larger house here, 175 square feet larger. Here's a look at the bathroom, dual vanity. Again, not executive height, so it's a little bit lower, but see, check this out. Same stuff. I mean, same like plastic insert tub and shower surround. Fairly good size. Tile looks like it's in pretty good shape. Looks like the grout is a little dirty. Probably might need to be steamed. But something else I wanted to point out is, like, you know, you can see the edge of the tile. Like, I don't know if there's a piece missing. I don't think there's a piece missing, but you're gonna find stuff like this on a resale house, and it's not the end of the world. It can be fixed, it can be repaired. Maybe this carpet just needs to be stretched more, which is very likely a very easy thing to do. There's some touch-up painting that needs to be done, but this is very indicative and should be expected with a resale house. Again, one of the bigger differences that you're gonna find in a resale versus a new build. So this is the third guest bedroom. And I can tell you now that I've toured all three guest bedrooms, the bedrooms in this house are bigger. Noticeably, only one of the bedrooms in that resale home felt small. The other ones felt adequate. Were they as big as these rooms? No, but they were adequate. And these rooms aren't significantly bigger. It's not like you could fit like more furniture in these rooms versus the other one. You might have a little bit more walking room. So overall, I think this house is a great comparison to the new build that we toured earlier. And you tell me, you know, is this worth saving potentially $8,000. You get a little bit of a bigger house. You're gonna have some more obvious deferred maintenance, you know, little bumps and dings. Baseboards are kind of dirty. You've got some settling cracks, which all that is gonna happen naturally over time. Trust me. Your new house, your new build house is only gonna be brand new for a moment in time. So that is expected. But you are kind of picking up that additional wear and tear. And for some people, that's not a big deal. You know, for me, I go back and forth. I think there is definitely something to be said on having the warranties and brand new appliances without any dings and peace of mind. But this is also probably a more spacious floor plan. Get a little bit of extra square footage. The other thing that I would say, I didn't show the backyard on that new build, but I would say it was fairly comparable. Now, it was not landscaped. There's not gonna be any landscaping with that new build at that price. This house, slightly bigger backyard, but it does have a neighbor to the back. It has a neighbor to the rear. But it is fully landscaped. You got this nice rock, this nice pergola that's built in with this paver. You've got some fruit trees and some mature trees. And honestly, if anything, I would say the mature trees and mature landscaping is probably one of the biggest draws from my perspective to the resale home versus a new build. Because, I mean, let's face it, that's gonna take 6 years to grow that high. And if you want lush landscaping, you know, you may not be here. Like they bought this in 2018 and they're already selling, and guess what? How long has their tree been like that? Didn't happen like that in the first year. So they finally have some mature landscaping. You want some time to enjoy it. So mature landscaping, I think, is a big plus to the resale side. You can always buy more mature plants and put them in. So that is something that you can solve for sure. Well, as promised in the beginning of this video, I want to share with you something important. This is going to save you tens of thousands of dollars, whether you buy resale, whether you buy a new build, and that is the fact that who you hire matters. Buying a piece of real estate is the most important financial decision that any of us get to make. Let's face it, there's more money on the line with the purchase of a home than anything else. So who you hire really, really matters. We just helped a client on the new build side purchase a new build, and what wasn't advertised, what their advertised price was, we were able to save them $30,000 off of that advertised price. It was not just a laydown from the site agent. It was not just a builder give me. It was something that we strategically negotiated for our clients, and we convinced the builder to accept it. Now, if you're going on the resale world, the same is true. Negotiation is one of the most important reasons of why people hire us. So if you are gonna pay compensation to anyone, well, shouldn't it be someone that's gonna negotiate like it's your money? I have a history of negotiation with buyers and sellers alike, and it's something that I really, really, really enjoy. I take pride in. I treat your money like it's my money, and I think that if you're going to hire someone and pay them compensation, that's the way it should be. So that little tip, who you hire, really matters. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home in the next 12 months, feel free to grab my contact information. We should definitely be connected. Let me drop my name in the hat. I would love to interview and show you why so many people choose to hire us in order to help them buy or sell a home. If you like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It really helps me and the channel out. It also helps us know which videos people are really getting value out of so we can make more of that. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you around the neighborhood.